That don't. Good.
Good morning, friends. How are ya? Good. Welcome to the Unitarian Society of Germantown. My name is Stearns Matthews. I am our Director of Music Ministries, and we're so happy that you're here. Will you rise in body or spirit for our opening hymn, Loosen by Ali Halpert. You'll recognize this one. We've done it before. And Zoe, could we get it on the screen? Thank you. You'll remember, Mimi's going to help us lead one side and the other, but we'll get there. Don't worry. Try it. Loosen, loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. You sound beautiful. From the top again. Loosen, loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. One more time. Loosen, loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Try part two. Holy breath and holy name, will you ease this pain? Gorgeous. Holy breath and holy name, will you ease this pain? That one more time. Holy breath and holy name, will you ease this pain? This side, that's your part. Holy breath and holy name, will you ease? Keep it going. You sound wonderful. Loosen, loosen.
Loosen, loosen, hoy be. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go. Loosen, loosen, baby. You don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go.
Freeze. Switch parts. So you all are holy breath, and we're loosen, loosen. Ready? You're starting to notice. Holy breath.
Holy breath and holy name, will you ease this pain? Holy breath and holy name, will you ease this pain? Loosen, loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go, let go, let go.
Let go, let go, let go, let go. One more time. Let go, let go, let go. You sound exquisite this morning. Please be seated. Thank you, Mimi.
Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Society of Germantown. My name is Mimi Ravinas. My pronouns are she, her. Every Sunday, we gather together and celebrate life. I'm happy and honored you joined us today. You are welcome here, exactly as you are, no matter your gender, race, sexual orientation, class, family structure, employment status, and/or health and ability. You are welcome here. As a Unitarian Universalist congregation, we celebrate the diversity of our beliefs. Perhaps the person on your right believes in God. Perhaps the person on your left believes in gods. Perhaps the person in front of you is an atheist and the person behind you an agnostic. Who knows? We do know that all of us put love at the center of our lives. All are invited to participate and help us create a better world together. All are also invited to join us for refreshments after the service. If you are visiting for the first time, please find your way to the welcome table where Susan and Jim can answer your questions or set you up with a name tag. We like to greet each other by name as we build community. If you came with children today, please take a Children's Spiritual Development or CSD guide from the welcome table. There is a nursery for infants and crawlers at the back of the sanctuary, and just down the hall through this door to my right is the wiggle room for toddlers, which is staffed and also full of toys. Now, as for being in the know about this community and what we are up to, you've heard me say this before. I'm not actually going to read everything that you might want to know today. The main way to find information you seek is to subscribe to our what? Who wants to yell it out? There it is, the newsletter, the communicator. So you can scan your QR code in your order of service to add your name to the distribution list. And reading it each week really is the way to find out how you can plug in and also how you can help out. I will read 2 announcements today. The first is about our website. It is under construction, really just until tomorrow, so we're almost there. But if you go between now and tomorrow, or if you've been recently, you may have spotted broken links, scrambled pages, and even the occasional button that leads nowhere in particular. Don't panic. We're just moving some stuff around, and it'll be back better than ever before you know it. So thank you, everyone, for your patience with that. Also, CSD registration is open at USG. Each year we ask our families with youth to complete an annual CSD registration. So even if you've done it before, we ask that you do it again. And we do this because we want to get to know and welcome all of our youth. So please see the communicator or the soon-to-be back up and running USG website to access the registration link.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Shakera Holness. I use she, they pronouns. Our call to worship today is by Chip Roche. We're about to enter sacred time. We're about to make this time and this place sacred by our presence and intention. Please turn off or silence your phones, and as you do so, I invite us to also turn down the volume of our fears, to remove our mask, and to loosen the armor around our hearts. Don't take my word for it. Do it as slowly as you need to. If you take a little risk with these good people, you may find that they have the same human needs as you do. Breathe. Let go of the expectations placed on you by others and those they taught you to place on yourself. Drop the guilt and the shame, not to shirk accountability, but an honest expectation of the possibility of forgiveness. Let go of the thing you said the other day. Let go of the thing you dread next week. Be here in this moment. Breathe here. Okay.
I'd like to invite up Gwen and Joe Leo to light our chalice today. The symbol of our shared Unitarian Universalist faith, we join with congregations around the country and the world in our ritual lighting. Please read with me with the words printed in your order of service. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its prayer. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Over the last few years, some new designations have arrived in my vernacular. Pre-COVID, COVID, and post-COVID. Did that happen to anyone else in this room? Raise your hand, so I know I'm not alone. Thank you. These designations show up in family conversations about the kids' education. Emily learned to write sentences with pencil and paper, pre-COVID. Kayla learned to write sentences on a Chromebook, COVID. The impact of those differences in their schoolwork today, post-COVID. The designations show up in the way we approach sick time at work. When my girls were little, if they were sick, I needed to take a sick day to care for them, pre-COVID. Today, we have expanded choices: work from home while sick, work from home half day as able, or take an actual sick day, post-COVID. And then there were the 3 weeks in the very beginning of COVID's arrival when, as a nurse at the hospital, Adrian contracted COVID and then passed it to me. My work told me to check in every once in a while, but otherwise just rest and take care of myself and my family. No sick time docked at all. Early COVID. We can even see these designations in traffic patterns. Congested workday commutes, pre-COVID. Traffic, but not as bad as it used to be, post-COVID. Non-existent traffic, COVID. Okay, some of you might be feeling confused right now, and understandably so. COVID was a terrifying, traumatizing, grief-filled period for us as individuals and as a country. And here I am, throwing it around left and right on a day when we are here to focus on leaning into aliveness. Why am I talking about something potentially so painful? Because for all its awfulness, COVID also gave me the gift of being more present. In the final few pre-COVID years, my life was packed with a never-ending series of events. With 2 young kids, every weekend had a softball game, a soccer game, a dance class, a play date, or a birthday party. In addition to homework, dinner, and bedtime routines, most weeknights had sports practice, a gymnastics or music class, or a time-sensitive errand to be run in preparation for the myriad of upcoming commitments. And all of this was after a full day of work for me in an office that required a traffic-ridden commute on both sides. I was exhausted and constantly focused on what was coming next. And then came COVID. The kids stayed at home for school. I stayed at home for work. Playdates were few and far between, and either virtual or outside, enjoying nature. There were no sporting events, no racing to back-to-back birthday parties. Life slowed down, and what a gift that was. Walking down the hall in between my own work meetings, I would hear snippets of my girls in their online classes, getting a beautiful and unheard of glimpse into them in their school day. Speaking of work, my morning break could be spent taking a walk with my dog, enjoying the trees, and warm smiles with my neighbors. And my work meetings began each one with a connection question, building intentional time to support and get to know each other more deeply since we weren't in person. The girls' homework questions could be answered, and laundry started during the day, leaving evening time for richer conversations, game playing, or family movie nights. And we all got more sleep. Please don't get me wrong. I am not trying to romanticize COVID. There was lots that was hard and scary. But this piece, This ability to slow down and be really present for what was happening right now became possible in a way I had not known in a really long time. Eventually, we all moved from COVID to post-COVID. For a while, that slower lifestyle was still kind of there, but not for long. As I reflect on my current post-COVID state, I'm exhausted again. I'm back to running from event to event, telling one girl to text me what she is trying to say because I have to race out the door to take the other girl somewhere, spending days at a time where my conversations with Adrian are just about coordinating logistics. I'm glad my girls have the opportunities to pursue their passions: gymnastics, theater, music, time with friends. I want that desperately for them. But I also work a hybrid schedule now. And while I am definitely still a chauffeur, my girls grow more and more independent each day. My life structure is not the same that it was pre-COVID. So in preparation for today's service, I had to ask myself, what choices am I making that put me back into a pre-COVID lifestyle of running to what's next? Is it habit? Is it an overinflated sense of responsibility? Is it perhaps a resistance to feeling all the feelings I might feel if I just stood quietly with myself? These are the questions I've been asking myself leading up to this morning. No matter what those answers turn out to be, I look forward to asking myself a different question after hearing from Shakera today. I hope to be asking myself what different choices I will make moving forward as I commit to living more into my own aliveness. Thank you. Our Share the Plate recipient this week is Transit Forward Philadelphia. Transit Forward Philadelphia advocates for transit improvements that benefit all Philadelphians and better connects the greater Philadelphia region. Their mission is to amplify the voices of SEPTA riders and residents within greater Philadelphia in support of a safe, accessible, and sustainable transit network. This nomination was made by Caitlin Storman. For directions to donate, refer to the back of your order of service cover.
Please join me in a body scan meditation. You may close your eyes or let them rest low as you wish. Settle deeper into your body, into this moment. Focus your attention on the parts of the body which are closest to the earth. Scan your attention upwards. Focus your attention in the center of the body, where air becomes breath, where what is not you becomes you, where the line between blurs and a flow without ceasing. Scan your attention slowly upwards. Focus your attention at the top of the body, where feeling becomes thought and thought becomes action, where action begins to change the world. Now that we've enjoyed the quiet connected to our bodies, notice how we are connected to the world around us. May we remember that connection with every breath.
Please remain seated for our next hymn, number 108, My Life Flows On in Endless Song, on the screen as well.
Our reading today is a bit unconventional. I hope that as you sit back and listen, you might find in it what I find, a clear example and role model for being fully present in the moment and for honoring one's own needs. Enjoy Sick by Shel Silverstein. I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy Ann McKay. I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry. I'm going blind in my right eye. My tonsils are as big as rocks. I've counted 16 chicken pox. And there's one more. That's 17. And don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut. My eyes are blue. It might be instamatic flu. I cough and sneeze and gasp and choke. I'm sure that my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin. My belly button's caving in. My back is wrenched. My ankle's sprained. My appendix pains each time it rains. My nose is cold. My toes are numb. I have a sliver in my thumb. My neck is stiff. My voice is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbow's bent. My spine ain't straight. My temperature is 108. My brain is shrunk. I cannot hear. There is a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail, and my heart is... What? What's that? What's that, you say? You say today is Saturday? Goodbye. I'm going out to play.
Okay, hi again. For those who don't know me again, I'm Shakera Holness. I'm a member here at USG. I've been a member for a little less than a year. And I'll tell you a little bit more about myself. I'm a doula and a Reiki practitioner, and I'm starting seminary soon, very exciting. Something that's very dear to me is practice, like being in practice. So just a little heads up, I'm gonna ask y'all to practice a little with me, practice being alive with me today. But as I was thinking about what I wanted to share, when I wanted to talk about when thinking about feeling alive, these three questions kept coming to me, so I'll share them. The first one is, what is? What is happening around us? What is happening within us? What is moving through us? The second question is, what would happen? What would happen if we gave these questions space? And the last one is, what's possible? So just keep on thinking about these questions as I go through this sermon, and hopefully you'll keep thinking about them after today. But yeah, so I love questions, so I'll ask you another one. How are you really doing today? Take a moment and feel into that for a second. How are you really doing? Today is Sunday, tomorrow is Monday, you may be going back to work or going back to school. It's August, the summer is winding down. Maybe you had fun plans this weekend. Maybe this weekend was harder than you imagined. Yeah, how are you really doing? Okay, I have a follow-up question. What was your reaction when I asked, how are you really doing? Did you tense up? Were you like, how dare she ask me this? Maybe you were like, oh, I've been waiting for you to ask me this. I thought you never asked, right? Or maybe you're like me and your mind went completely blank. How am I supposed to know how I'm really doing? But we're most practiced in when we're asked the question, how are you, just to say, oh, I'm good, how are you? Not really giving ourselves a chance to really feel into our own experience. It's almost as if we're made to feel like we need to move away from feeling. unless we're reaching this unattainable standard of being good and well and happy. And if you don't, it feels like, is there something wrong with me? But sometimes also you can't be too happy and excited, you know. So I'm from Philly, like growing up, if you were too excited, too happy, people were like, you're being Joe. That means like, you're a little too excited. So for me at least, it felt like there was just this little window of expression and experience that was acceptable. But it kind of feels like unclear if it was the feelings themselves that was unacceptable, or do we just like not know how to be with the full range of human experience, whether it's within ourselves or within others? So my next question is, what would happen if we did make the space for just like what is? What if we made space for embodiment? And from my understanding, embodiment is the experience of being able to be fully present within our minds, bodies, and spirits, and then like listening to it. Things just like knowing when you're hungry, knowing when you need a break, knowing when you feel safe, noticing when your shoulders are like way up here and when they're able to like just, you know, relax a little bit. Compared to like what most of us do, which is just like living in our brains and reacting to what we should do instead of like what is really present. Okay, now I said we're gonna practice together, so are you ready? Like, let's start this journey in embodiment. So if you feel like you want to and if you feel like you're able, I'm gonna ask you to wrap your arms around yourself and give yourself a little hug. And either out loud or in your head, whisper to yourself, just say, I'm listening. Notice how that feels. Okay, thank you. Thank you for taking part in that. So just to take a step farther, thinking about living into our aliveness, I think living into our aliveness is the dance we get to do when we live in an embodied way. Like, what would happen if you grieved when you needed to grieve? If you sang when you needed to sing? But our own personal responsibility to aliveness is just one part of the puzzle. So, as a doula, I have to bring up pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. So, we've all been like, every single one of us were like grown in a body and like got all of our needs met, and like someone was just there to like rock us and shush us like while we were being created. And then when we were born, we cried out and we let our caregivers know that we're here and we need to be held and fed and bathed. You know, newborns need to be fed at least every 2 hours. And if you haven't taken a moment to think about this before, just think about the fact that when you were born, people took the time to feed you and bathe you and take care of you like every 2 hours around the clock. Like, you were deserving of that care. Like, they wanted you here. And what does that feel like to really like take that in? Like, somebody was like dedicated to my livelihood. And tell me, what would happen if we committed to each other's aliveness the way we do with a newborn and small children? What would happen if we experienced each other with the same amount of awe that we feel for a baby? All right. I'm going to ask you to join me one more time in another practice. And as always, you're able to do as much or as little as you want to or you can. And I'll explain it first, and then we'll do it. So you're going to find 2 different people or just one person near you. And for the first person, you'll look at them and say, I see you. And then give them a hug. If you aren't comfortable with a hug, maybe you can grab their hand and give it a little squeeze. And then you'll do it a second time. When I say switch, and you'll find a new person, but this time you'll say, I'm so glad you're here. And you'll, again, give them a hug or give their hands a little squeeze. And when you're doing this, really feel it, like deep down inside, that like this person is here and you're really seeing them. So yeah, if you feel comfortable, find someone next to you and look them in the eye and say, I see you, and give them a hug. All right, time to switch. Find a new person. Find a second person and tell them, I'm so glad you're here. Okay. I see lots of hugs happening. All right. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice. I asked if we could do this because I once heard that us as humans, we need 4 hugs a day just for survival. We need 8 hugs a day for maintenance, right? And we need 12 hugs a day for growth. I don't know about you, but I don't think I'm getting 12 hugs a day. So I really like this because we need each other to co-regulate and just be with each other. And then also, the lines are blurred. When you're giving a hug, are you giving a hug or are you receiving a hug? You know, both are true at the same time. We're both here for each other and someone else is here for us. And that could be true in all areas of life, not just when we're giving a hug. So I'll just leave you with this question. What would happen if we committed to making space for at least 4 small moments of honest connection a day? What would be possible? Thank you.
Please rise in body or spirit for our closing hymn number 6, the rare single-digit hymn, just as long as I have breath.
I'd like to invite back up Gwen and Joe Leo to extinguish our chalice now. Please join me in the words printed in your order of service or up on the screen. We extinguish our chalice, but the flame remains in us as we live into the mission of this congregation, building beloved community with compassion, service, and empowerment.
We leave blessed by our connections to one another, to the spirit of life. We walk lightly that you see the life is below your feet. Spread your arms as if you had wings and could dance through the air. Feel the joy of breath in your lungs and the fire in your heart. Live long and be a blessing on this earth. I also wanted to add, as y'all could see, we did at least 3 hugs, 1 with yourself, 2 with others. So I invite you, if you're gonna stay for fellowship hour, find 1 more person to hug. Or if you're feeling, ambitious, get those 12 hugs. So, okay.
You did a wonderful job. And your